Everyone, good day. We now cover the disorder conditions on the respiratory system, specifically those conditions which are essentially very serious in nature. We classify NCM 118 conditions as those medical surgical conditions which are considered as a biologic crisis. So to start with your respiratory conditions, let me begin with COPD. COPD, or otherwise known as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. This COPD class is already an old term because we don't call this as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease anymore. In fact, we now call this as chronic airflow limitation. Because indeed, in your COPD, there is no total obstruction in the airways because total obstruction could be considered as aspiration. But this is not a case of a total obstruction, but rather a restriction on the flow of air. That's why we call this properly, more appropriately, not as an obstruction, but rather as an airflow limitation. Before class, COPD has been considered to be comprised of three disease conditions. One is bronchitis, another is emphysema, and the third one is asthma. However, fairly recently, class, asthma has been taken out as one of the components of COPD. So as it stands now, COPD is comprised only of number one, bronchitis, and number two, emphysema. Now, let's take this up one by one. And let's begin with bronchitis. So bronchitis class, from the word itis and bronchus, this refers to the inflammation or the itis of the bronchus. Meaning, if this is your trachea, these are your bronchi. This one here, these two branches, the right and the left bronchus, are inflamed. They are undergoing an inflammatory condition. Bronchitis class begins, or bronchitis develops, because of your pathologies or because of your risk factors. So, unsa man ang etiology sa bronchitis? Number one class and the top leading cause of COPD is smoking. However, not just plain smoking, but rather chronic smoking. So when we say chronic smoking, this refers to smoking that has reached at least 6 months. So, basta pulmonary condition nga ni class, smoking could never go wrong when you choose it as one of the causative agent. So in bronchitis is not an exemption. No? So smoking is one of the leading cause of your respiratory conditions, including bronchitis. So chronic smoking is one. You can have air pollution. You can have exposure to occupational harmful chemicals. Example is a radon gas. Radon gas are those emitted from the soil of factories which are into uranium. No? So daghan na siya class dinha sa imuhang airport grounds. No? In minings, na ay daghan dinha imuhang mga radon gas. Or simply your aging process. Because as you get old, no, there would naturally be changes in the physiology of your respiratory system. Or it could be caused by an autoimmune condition. So these are the top leading causes of COPD. So these are the reasons why a person develops COPD. We call them as your etiology. And the leading cause among all others is actually smoking for more than 6 months, or otherwise known as chronic smoking. So naana ka aning lima, or any of these five, what would happen, class? So kung dugay na kang nagnigarilyo, what will happen to your airways, specifically in the case of the bronchus? So when you have those etiologies, no, especially katong imong smoking, okay, when you have these causative factors, this will lead to inflammation of your bronchus. And once the bronchus are inflamed, this will cause an activation. This will cause the activation of your goblet cells. Okay? So, unsa man na siyang goblet cells, class? The goblet cells are the cells present at your respiratory tract which are responsible for the formation of mucus. Okay? Mao nang natay plema. Mao nang natay mucus in our airways because they are naturally formed by your goblet cells. Importante man na siyang mga mucus din ha, class. Because ang purpose anang mga mucus, siya na mo engulf sa mga ginagmay nga mga kagaw nga atong mahangos straight from the air. So kung naay bacteria or virus from the air nga atong na-inhale, it does not cause us any problem. Okay? Dili na much problem because our immune system, no, through the goblet cells can engulf them through a phagocytic activity. Si goblet cells ang mo function para i-engulf, puston ang mga kagaw nga nakasulod sa ato ang hangin. However, this is not just a normal goblet action. This is an action of a goblet cell in response to a bronchus that has severely been inflamed because of those pathologies. Apil na ang smoking. So once your goblet cells are activated, then naturally, class, mo increase na ang imong mucus production. Grabe na kadaghan ang imuhang plema. And with the increase in the mucus production, that will lead to airway obstruction or airflow limitation more appropriately. So kung kani ang imuhang trachea, kani ang imuhang right and left bronchus, unsa may nahitabo, nakaginhawa ka og mga kagaw or nag-smoking ka, nag-pollution ka, na ay radon gas, natiguwang ka, or na kay autoimmune disorder. So sa may nahitabo, na inflamed ang bronchus. And once the bronchus are inflamed, ma-hyperactive ang imong goblet cells, mao nang mo grabe kadaghan ang imuhang mga mucus o grabe kadaghan ang imuhang plema. Okay? So naa dinhi sa imong bronchus mismo, daghan kaayo kag plema. So kung daghan na ka og plema din ha, class, affected yun naturally ang imuhang breathing or respiration. However, class, remember there are two phases of breathing. One is inhalation and two is expiration. Muhangos ka, unya mupagawas ka sa imuhang gininhawa. Now, unsa may mahitabo kung naay daghang plema sa imuhang bronchus? The moment you inhale air, okay, dili kaayo na siya dako og problema. Ngano mang class? Because this is how our lungs work. Remember this. Inhale, mubuka. Exhale, musira. Inhale, mo dilate. Exhale, mo contract. Meaning, the moment a person inhales, ang imuhang airways, including the bronchus, the alveolus, okay? The moment a person inhales, mubuka siya. That's why your oxygen can plainly enter even if naakay mga plema din ha. Because naamantay dilation during inhalation. So kung ako si oxygen, mayon ko, excuse me, o mo na mo padaplin siya na ang imuhang mga bronchus and imuhang mga airways. So bisan naakay plema, makaagira ang imuhang oxygen. However, class, the story changes the moment you exhale. Nga naman, inig-exhale ni mo, remember class, musira ang ato ang airways, di ba? So inig-inhale mo buka, pero inig-exhale ni mo contract man siya. So meaning, the moment ang imong carbon dioxide mo gawas na, maglisod siya o gawas sa imuhang airway, kay number 1, na ay daghang plema, number 2, ni contract ang imuhang airway. So class, this is the reason why your adventitious sound or your abnormal lung sound, specifically wheezes, are heard usually not on inspiration, dili sa pag-inhawa, but rather your wheezes are heard upon exhalation or expiration. Nga naman, because as CO2 attempts to move out of the airways, remember, ni-narrow ang imong airways because lungs naturally contracts at the time of expiration. So looking at the scenario, class, unsa may nahitabo, makagawas ba ang CO2 or dili? Maglisod o gawas ang imong CO2. This is a case, class, of CO2 trapping. Okay? So in COPD, there is CO2 trapping. Now, kung daghan ka o carbon dioxide din ha, class. Okay? Kung sobra kadaghan ang imong carbon dioxide, kay kung mauning imong alveolus, naa kay CO2, di ba maglisod man ka o gawas, dili ka kagawas, di ba? So you remain inside the alveolus. There is CO2 retention. Now, is there a space for the alveolus for your oxygen? Napabay lugar ang oxygen kung napuno na ang imong alveolus sa carbon dioxide? Wala. So therefore, there will be a poor level of oxygen. And when you have poor levels of oxygen, you will develop cyanosis. Unsa man ang cyanosis? Bluish discoloration of the skin and mucous membrane. So kung daghan kag CO2, wala kay lugar para sa oxygen, you will have a state of cyanosis. And that is the reason why patients with bronchitis are called as your blue bloaters. Okay? Now, cyanosis and CO2 trapping are just one of the symptoms. Okay? 1, CO2 trapping. 2, cyanosis and your blue bloaters. What else? Unsa pa may ma-manifest sa imuhang patient na naay COPD? They will also have nail clubbing. Unsa man na siyang nail clubbing? Kanang atong gitawag og Shamroth test, class. You are going to do this. So when your two thumbs are placed together, you will see a diamond space in between. Okay? So you will see a diamond space in between. However, kung mag-nail clubbing ka, there will be no diamond space in between. Nganong ingon ana man, class? Now, you have to remember, class, that kung gamay ra ang oxygen sa sulod sa ato ang lawas, the body will be made to choose as to asa man nako i-prioritize ang oxygen. Kinsa may akong unahon og hatag nga gamay naman lang yun ning akong oxygen. So muana ang atong lawas nga, gamay naman lang ning oxygen, ako na lang ning ipalabi. I will give most of the oxygen purely to the central areas of the body. Ari lang ko sa tunga. Nganong ngariman ko sa tunga? Because at the central areas of the body is where the more essential organs of the body are found. Naagod din na imong atay, naadiha imong kidney, naadiha imong tinai, imong pancreas, gallbladder, and so on. Naa sa central area sa tunga sa lawas. While the non-essential organs of the body ay naa sa imuhang kamot o sa imuhang tiil. Meaning, this is a choice of asa nako ihatag ang gamay na lang nga nahabilin nga oxygen. Ang oxygen will be given to the central areas of the body while almost no oxygen goes to the hands and feet. Because the hands and feet are less essential than those at the central areas of the body. So karon ang imuhang kamot ug tiil, gagmay na lang sila og mga oxygen. So kung gamay na lang silang oxygen, maningkamot na sila og ilahang kaugalingon, they will have to create their own circulatory system, mini circulatory system, para lang masustain ang ilahang kinabuhi dinha napita sa kilid. Because they are non-essential organs. Meaning, there will be creation of several capillaries to create a mini circulatory system. We call that, class, as your capillarization. So capillarization is the process wherein the peripheral parts of the body create several numbers of capillaries in order to sustain its own circulatory system. So kung mudaghan ang imuhang mga kaugatan nga gagmay din ha, class, mao nang ang imuhang thumb muburot. So kung muburot siya, inig-ana nimo wala na kay makita nga diamond, and that is what we call precisely as nail clubbing. And of course, what other symptoms do we have in patients with COPD? Pwede ka magka-orthopnea. Unsa man ang orthopnea? Lisod iginhawa when you are flat on bed because restricted man ang imuhang lungs. So kung mubangon ka, mas naay area ang imong lungs for air. Okay? Umuhigda ka, mas restricted ang imuhang airway. Okay? What else? You will have obviously difficulty in breathing. Nganong maglisod man kaginhawa, huot man ang agianan sa hangin tungod sa kadaghan sa imuhang plima. And that is bronchitis. Now, what happens, class, when bronchitis is untreated? So when you have chronic bronchitis, okay, when you have chronic bronchitis or a bronchitis that has not been managed, it will lead to a condition which is irreversible. So dili na siya maayo. And that situation is already what we call as emphysema. Meaning, if smoking is to bronchitis, then emphysema is to, if smoking causes bronchitis, then bronchitis causes emphysema. Okay? So smoking go to bronchitis, from bronchitis, you go to emphysema. Okay? So what happens, class, when there is emphysema? What happens when you have chronic bronchitis? So chronic bronchitis, class, can lead to emphysema simply because chronic bronchitis can lead to a reduction in the levels of elastase. Unsa man na siyang elastase? Elastase is that substance that is responsible for the elastic recoil of your alveoli. Meaning, iniginhawa nimo, mubalik ra ng baga. Ginhawa, mulabtik pabalik. Ginhawa, mulabtik pabalik. Kanong mulabtik man pabalik ang imuhang baga? Because it has elastase. The elastase makes the alveoli return into its relaxed and natural state. So mubilangkad, mubuka ang imong alveoli, pero mubalik siya sa iyang pagkalingin nga gamay. Nga naman, because you have elastase. But remember, class, when you have chronic bronchitis, that could lead to a reduction in the levels of your elastase. So mawagtang ang imuhang elastic recoil. So with reduction in your levels of elastase, there will be a loss of elastic recoil. Mawagtang na ang iyahang pagka-stretchable. So whenever there is loss of elastic recoil, then that could lead to your distended alveoli. Okay? So normally kani imong alveoli. But whenever you have emphysema, there will be a distended alveoli. Okay? So there will be a distended alveoli if maguba ang imong baga kay wala na kay elastase. Now, kung i-compare nimo, class, ang normal versus an emphysematous lang. This is normal, this is an emphysematous lang. Inigsulod sa imuhang oxygen, unya mogawas ang CO2, normally, inigsulod, makagawas ra na siya dayon. Kay, direktaman, inigsulod, gawas. Pero kani, class, inigsulod sa oxygen and the CO2, ang imong CO2, asa man ko gawas. Maglibog sa asa ko gawas tungod sa kadako sa imuhang alveoli. Meaning, inigsulod sa CO2, dili automatic na makagawas siya tungod sa kadako sa alveoli nga iyang gituyok-tuyukan. And because of that, CO2 are barely excreted or exhaled. So this is also a case, class, of CO2 trapping. Mahabilin gihapon ang imong CO2. Parehas ra sila dire. There will be CO2 trapping. There is also CO2 trapping here. Now, because your alveoli are inflated, hyperinflated, because your alveoli are distended, okay? Burot ang imong alveoli. I-times na nimog 2 million, class, kay 2 million man nakabuk imong alveoli. Okay? So kung 2 million ka alveoli ang distended, what happens to your chest cavity? Maunang muburot ang imuhang chest cavity. And that is what we call as the symptom of barrel-chestedness. Barrel-chestedness or butod ang imuhang dughan. Class, ang normal na to nga, ang normal nga AP to transverse diameter is 2:1. Meaning, ang imuhang kalaparon is duha ka kamot, pero ang imong diri sa kilid usara na siya kakamot. Pero kung naa na kay barrel-chestedness, it will now turn 2:2. Unsay pasabot? Kung duha sa kadiri sa imuhang kilid. So mauna nga mura kag square, mura na kag row blocks tungod kay barrel-chestedness na kay barrel-chestedness. So barrel-chestedness class, in some books they call that as your pigeon chest. Okay? Barrel-chestedness or your pigeon chest. Pero to be very strict about it, pigeon chest is the increased formation of bone in the chest. Pero some books would consider barrel-chestedness as the same as pigeon chest. Pero lahi gid na sila, to be very technical about it. So atong una-unaon class, if there are millions of alveoli which are hyper-distended, unsa may epekto ana sa imuhang chest cavity, mao nang muburot ang imuhang chest cavity, you now have what we call as the barrel-chestedness. Now, ang imuhang alveoli is hyper-distended. So CO2, 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 napulos kag CO2. Tungod sa kadaghan sa imuhang CO2, these high levels of CO2, increased levels of CO2, can cause the body to compensate. And how does our body compensate? This will cause vasodilation. Okay? So with increased CO2, there will be severe vasodilation, and your vasodilation can cause, this can cause flushing of the skin. Mura kag ni blush. Okay? So kung daghag CO2, the body compensates by causing vasodilation, and vasodilation can cause facial flushing or flushing of the skin. That's why, how do you appear? You appear pink. That's why emphysematous patients are called pink puffers. Okay? So that is emphysema and bronchitis. Now, let's go to the management of COPD or chronic airflow limitation. So how do we manage COPD? Okay? So letter C. This stands class for calories. This stands for carbohydrates. Okay? Remember class, in COPD, there is CO2 trapping. Okay? Kainom mo, tanawa to ha. Sa imuhang bronchitis, naakay CO2 trapping. Sa imong emphysema, naakay CO2 trapping. So unsa man day resulta class when you have CO2 trapping? Okay? What will be the effect of CO2 trapping? When there is CO2 trapping class, that could lead to acidosis. Okay? Nga naman, because carbon dioxide combined with water, you will form H2CO3. Unsa man na siya? That is carbonic acid. Okay? So when you have CO2 trapping, that could lead to acidosis because every CO2 is an acid. It is a potential acid because when your CO2 becomes wet, when your CO2 becomes combined with water, you will form carbonic acid. And we do not like acidosis. Asa may kuyaw kas? Acidosis or your alkalosis? Mas kuyaw ang acidosis. Nga naman, acidosis with the letter C, pwede kang makoma. Ang alkalosis with the letter K, pwede ra kang magkurog or mag-seizure. Okay? So acidosis, AC, can cause coma. Alka, ka, kurog, can cause seizure. Nga naman, because acidosis and alkalosis and acidosis has an effect on the CNS. Specifically, class, your acidosis is a CNS depressant, maunang makoma ka. While your alkalosis is a CNS stimulant, maunang mag-seizures ka. Okay? So CO2 trapping can lead to acidosis. It can lead to coma. Okay? Because every CO2 is a potential acid. Okay? Now, how do we manage COPD? Okay? As mentioned, class, daghan na kay carbon dioxide because of the CO2 retention. As mentioned, di ba? Now, can we afford to add more carbon dioxide to the body? Can we afford to give more carbon dioxide? Dili na. Kay musamot na ang imuhang acidosis. As much as possible, we need to expel. We need to throw away your carbon dioxide. Kung mukaon kag taas nga carbohydrates, unsa may waste products sa imong carbohydrates? Carbohydrates can produce carbon dioxide. Meaning, The more carbohydrates you take, the more carbon dioxide you produce. Okay? The more carbon dioxide you produce. So maka-afford pa ba ta magpuno og laing carbon dioxide? Dili na. Mao bitaw na class kung mukaon kag 3 cups of rice, 4 cups of rice with soft drinks, with dessert, unsa may mahitabo inig human. Di ba perting do ka tungod na sa kataas sa imuhang CO2. And we want to avoid that in patients with COPD. So mao na dapat low carbohydrate intake in patients with COPD. How about the caloric requirements? Remember class, there is difficulty in breathing in COPD. So you take effort. You need more energy in your breathing process because it is difficult to breathe. So because you need more energy, how much calories do you need? You need to increase your calories. But the calorie sources must be from protein and from fats. So taas kag protein, taas kag fats, pero ubos ang imong carbohydrates. Okay? Next, oxygen. Letter O stands for oxygen. Remember class, in COPD, dapat low flow lang na ang imong oxygen. The oxygen must be at least 2 to 3 liters per minute only. Di ka pwede mo pasaka sa imuhang oxygen. Because in patients with COPD, naana sila O2 saturation requirement. Okay? The O2 saturation requirement of a patient with COPD is around 89 to 92%. Okay? It is around 89 to 92%. Because the moment nga maabot na sila og 93% or more, unsa may mahitabo, the hypoxic drive will shut off. Okay? When the oxygen saturation of patients with COPD reaches 93%, the hypoxic drive will shut off. Unsa to'y other names sa hypoxic drive? The medulla oblongata. Kanang medulla oblongata is the part of the brain that tells us to inhale and to exhale. So kung moingon si medulla oblongata, uy, exhale na, mao nang niginhawa puta. Okay? But the moment that the oxygen saturation of patients with COPD is increased to 93% or more, then your hypoxic drive will shut off. The medulla oblongata will shut off, causing the death of the patient. So di ka pwede mo hatag og taas nga oxygen kay basin mo taas ang iyang O2 saturation. So your oxygen must be 2 to 3 liters per minute via nasal cannula. Okay? How about letter P? This is the type of breathing that we instruct our patients to do. We call this as pursed lip breathing. Okay? Pursed lip breathing. Unsa man na siyang pursed lip breathing? It means you inhale by the nose, so from the nose, and you exhale in a prolonged manner through a lip which is pursed. So inhale, exhale, prolong. Again, inhale, ilong. Exhale, pursed lip. Okay? So in that manner, exhalation is prolonged, promoting the excretion of carbon dioxide. And the last one, class, is letter D. Letter D stands for diaphragmatic breathing. So si pursed lip o si diaphragmatic breathing, parihas ra na siya, ka ang purpose niya is to promote the excretion or the expulsion of carbon dioxide. But how do you do your diaphragmatic breathing? You will simply breathe in, okay, deeply, inhale ka deep, and then exhale strongly with the use of your abdomen. So inhale deep, exhale strongly, okay, that you feel your muscles in the abdomen contract. So pursed lip and diaphragmatic breathing. Lastly, class, let's talk about the medications in patients with COPD. Number one, class, is your vaccine. Okay? Nganong kinahanglan bakunahan? Unsa man specifically, that's your annual flu vaccine and your vaccine against pneumonia. Nganong kinahanglan man na sila bakunahan, ani class? Because flu and pneumonia are pulmonary conditions. So whenever you have other pulmonary conditions over and on top of the pre-existing COPD, the symptoms are very disastrous. Guba nagukagbaga, punan panimog laing sakit. Okay? So, if naa man ganitay mga sakit nga pwede ma-avoid, i-avoid na lang siya through your vaccination. Okay? So, patients with COPD must have had full vaccination against flu and pneumonia. And the most common medications class are your letter B and letter C. Unsa man na siya? So, ABC ram na siya class. Axin, axin lang, ay lang ang vaccine. Axin, bronchodilators, and your corticosteroids. Okay? Unsa man na siyang bronchodilators? So we've mentioned already bronchodilators on a separate discussion. Diba? The bronchodilators are those that are used to dilate the bronchus. Okay? An example of that class is your salbutamol, your theophylline. Okay? Those medications dilates the bronchus. And your corticosteroid stops the inflammatory condition. Okay? Your steroid stops the inflammatory condition by immunosuppression. Okay? Suppression. Yan sa spelling. Basta immunosuppression. So sa corticosteroids class, it stops the inflammatory process through immunosuppression. Meaning, ang inflammation mangod kas trabaho na sa immune system. So kung why immune system, walay inflammation. So if you weaken the immune system, you weaken the inflammatory process. Okay? So ang inflammatory mahunong by weakening the immune system. And that is why when patients are given corticosteroids, okay, hatagan gani sila corticosteroids, you should monitor the patient for infection. Kay mas prone man sila sa infection because of the immunosuppressant effect of your corticosteroids. Now last, here is a question to think. Which should you administer first? Is it a bronchodilator or the steroids? Asay unahon nako og hatag. Is it a bronchodilator or the steroids? And the answer is, you begin with bronchodilators to be followed by steroids. Nga naman, kung muhatag ka og steroid una, sirado man imong airway, asa man mosulod ang steroid, di kasulod, walay gamit, di makaayo. Pero kung hatagan nimo bronchodilators daan, ipabuka, makasulod ang steroids, and the steroid stops the inflammatory condition. Meaning, you give your bronchodilator first, and then you give your steroids. And that ends COPD.